What?
What?
What the hell is this?
Harumph. I didn't get a harumph out of that guy.
Give the governor harumph.
Harumph!
You watch your ass.
I see you shiver with anticipation.
Let the show begin.
Hey everybody, this is David Heretic coming at you with another edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. And tonight, alright, we're going back to show ya. Yes, indeed. Show ya Fans Feeling You. Come on now. Here we go. Before we go any further, for those of you who are feeling inclined to doing all of the clicks and the likes and the bibbity-bobbity-bop, do me a favor. Before you do all that stuff, please watch the whole video first, okay? Give me a chance to actually earn those clicks and likes. Now, after the video's done, if you still feel like doing all those clicks and likes, well then by all means, feel free to click away. This comes as a request from SMB, and this is actually one of SMB's 3 prioritized requests for the month of March for being a gold tier member on the Patreon page. So here you go, SMB. Hope you enjoy the show. SMB wanted to see me react to this song by Shoya called Come On. Now, have I heard this song before? No, I have not. To the best of my knowledge, this does not resonate with me in any way, shape, or form. However, there's always a possibility I may have heard the song in passing and I just don't realize it. So as always, if I start listening to the song and I suddenly go, wait, I recognize this, I'll let you know.
That's the truth.
You know me, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. This was posted by Yumiko Sasaki, okay? And the video has 18,000 views. It'll get you there. Other than that, there's really nothing else left to say. Link to the original video will be down below in the video description for your viewing pleasure at your leisure. Let's get started. What do you say? Ready? Are you ready? Because here we go. All right, here we go. Show ya 03, come on, live 1989. So I'm guessing this is the 3rd song in the set. Cool. All right. Now let's see what they're gonna pull out for their 3rd song. All right, let's do this.
All right, boy, let's do this. All right, are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? All right, are you ready? Come on, rock and roll.
This is the antenna. Nice block. Nice blocking. The double guitar spin, bass and guitar both doing it at the same time. Obviously, clearly planned. Nice blocking. Look, it looked good. It looked good. Cheesy, yeah, a little bit, but you know what? It's all fun. It's all for fun. And it looks good. It's all showmanship. Very easy song to follow along with. It's interesting. They're starting with the 5. 5 to the 4 to the root. It's interesting. I believe we're in A. Oh, yeah, we're in A. So E down to the D, down to the A, C, A, G, A, E down to the D, down to the A, C, A, G, A. 3, 1, 7, 1. It's catchy. It's hooky. It's super simple. It is very easy to follow along with. This is one of those kind of songs that you listen to it 2 or 3 times and you'll have it. And I'm not talking from a listening standpoint. I'm talking from a playing standpoint, like guitar players, bass players, drummers. We'll listen to this 2 times, 3 times, and we've got it. It's a very simple song to follow. Is that a bad thing? Absolutely not. Like I've said on the channel literally thousands of times, simple can be effective when it's done properly. This is definitely done properly. Yes, it sounds a little dated. It does. Even for 1989, this sounds a little dated. This sounds like it might have been written in the late 70s to early 80s. It has that type of a vibe. It has that type of a sound, that kind of a groove. Now, I don't know when this song was actually written. I have no clue. But it does sound, even for 89, it does sound a little dated. But here's the thing. Sounding dated does not equate out to irrelevant. It still holds up today. It's a bopper. It is. It's one of those kind of songs that you pull out, maybe for an encore or something like that. Utilizing a song like this as your 3rd song. I can see it. Yeah, I guess. I would, okay. I have no idea how many songs are in this set list. I'm going to make an assumption here. There's somewhere between 12 to 15 songs in this set list, okay? I would personally take a song with this kind of a groove and this type of direction, this type of sound, this type of energy. I would put it somewhere, honestly, I would put it somewhere between the halfway mark to about the 2/3 mark. So I would put this song, let's say let's make things simple. 12 songs, okay? I would put this as the 6th, 7th, or 8th song, somewhere in there. It's got that kind of energy and drive and groove that you want to help revitalize your crowd. Because let's face it, by the time you get about halfway through a show, the crowd they're not dead, but they're starting to simmer down. They're starting to calm down. They're starting to go, okay, we're definitely here now, and they're starting to kind of relax and gel. And I mean, I know for a lot of people that might be cool. Me personally, I don't want that in the crowd. I want my crowd up on their feet. I want my crowd rocking out with us. So I would put a song like this that will do that job. Get them revitalized, get them re-energized, get them reinvested in the show and in the concert, in the music, and more importantly than anything else, get the crowd involved. I mean, this song screams crowd interaction. It absolutely does. I like everything I'm seeing. I'm liking everything I'm hearing. I don't love it, but it's hard not to at least enjoy this. It's just fun, easy music, and there's nothing wrong about that at all. Okay, is this going to get a 9? I very seriously doubt it, but we might be up in the 8s, possibly. As it stands right now, I'm thinking more 7s. Somewhere in the mid 7s. Anyway, let's keep going. We still got almost 3 minutes to go. A lot could happen in 3 minutes. Let's see where this goes. Backing vocals need to come up, though. Interaction over there, I see it. More interaction. More interaction. I like what she did there. Now she's interacting with the keyboard player. Backing vocals have got to come up. I'm sorry. But the backing vocals, you can barely hear it. There's 3 vocals going on there. The guitar player, the bass player, and the keyboardist are all on backing vocals, and the lead singer is just as loud on her own as all 3 of them are put together. Actually, I think she's louder. Yeah, the backing vocals gotta come up in the mix. Come on, FOH! What are you doing? That's not the ladies' fault. That's not the ladies' fault. I don't blame the ladies for that whatsoever. That is FOH's fault 100%. I want to go back. I want to go back, and I want to really break this whole section down. Okay, so predictably, guitar solo coming. Yes, I think we could all see it coming. No shock there. What happens over the course of the next 40 seconds or so is a lost art in live bands today. I'm gonna pause a lot and rewind a lot. So if you're not into pausing and rewinding, go ahead and skip ahead a couple minutes and you'll be fine. We're gonna spend some time here though, because this is a lost art. It's something that rock bands today seriously lack, like painfully lack. So here we go. Coming up on the guitar solo. Now, when you have a guitar solo, a lot of opportunities open up. Watch. Here we go. Guitar solo. First things first. Guitar player. Where was she? Way over here on stage left, right? Okay. Fast forward over to here. Guitar solo kicks in. Where does she go? You saw her moving where? Immediately walking over to front and center stage, where she should be as a soloist. You should be up at the front and center, okay? Bass player wants to give the guitar player the spotlight. She's soloing. What does the bass player do? Takes this opportunity. Number one, gets out of the way. Number one. Number two, since she's going to get out of the way, take the opportunity to come over to the drummer and interact with the drummer in the back. Take that time to do it. So, good, smart decision making. Here we go. Interacting with the drummer. Beautiful. Now up here. Lead vocalist interacting with the guitar player during the solo. I don't have a problem with it because she is not going to stick around for long. She's going to take her time, interact with the guitar player is going to interact with them, okay? And they're going to interact with each other. She's going to leave the guitar player to take the spotlight all to herself and watch where the lead vocalist goes. She doesn't just go over off to the side and stand there. She doesn't, just take a seat like I've seen other singers do. She's not going to sit down on the drum riser and wait. No, watch what she does. See where she goes and see what she does. points to her, acknowledges her, and says, you know, without saying a word, check it out, ladies and gentlemen. She's going to rock your socks off. And now where's she going? Where's the lead vocalist going? Over to the keyboard player. And interacting and rocking out with the keyboard player. So you got the lead vocalist interacting with the keyboard player. You got the bass player interacting with the drummer. They're both doing, all four of them are doing everything they can to continue the stage energy, continue the stage interaction, continue the showmanship while the guitar solo takes front and center stage. They're not standing back there like a bunch of trees, okay? They are taking the initiative to create more and create more stage energy, more stage interaction, more showmanship. I love it. This is a lost art. It really is. Modern bands these days, they don't, I'm not saying every band, most bands, most rock bands do not understand or comprehend this concept. And it's a real shame because I guarantee you, if we saw more bands paying attention to opportunities like this and make the most out of them, I promise you, live shows would get far more entertaining. It would sell out a lot easier, and you'd find yourself, instead of playing clubs with, 200 or 300 people, you'll find yourself moving up to theaters with 5,000 to 6,000 people, up to arenas that can hold 18 to 20,000, up to stadiums that can hold, there are stadiums out there that can hold over 100,000 people easily. It just blows me away that people just, bands these days just do not, I'm not saying every band, but most rock bands these days fail at this part. Looking for opportunities like this to enhance and increase your stage show. And you don't need a whole lot of pyro. You don't need cryo. Are these ladies using any of that? I don't see any pyro. I don't see any cryo. I don't see any squibs. I don't see any flash pots. I don't see any smoke. Well, there's theater smoke throughout the entire show, but I don't see any fog, I don't see any CO2 fog. They're just doing it themselves. It's organic. And at the end of the day, here's what it really comes down to more than anything. It looks to me, and I'm sure to every other viewer out there, two things. One, the ladies get along. The camaraderie is being shown. Even if it's not real, look, they can hate each other for all we know. For all I know, the lead singer and the keyboardist hate each other. The keyboardist stole the lead singer's man or something like that. Or the bass player end up sleeping with the drummer's boyfriend or, something like that. They could hate each other for all we know, but looking at this, you'd never know it because the camaraderie is being shown. Number one. Number two, most importantly, the ladies are having fun on stage. It looks like they're having fun on stage. And when you look like you're having fun on stage, that transfers to the audience. And guess what the audience has? The audience has fun. And then they send that energy back to the stage. And next thing you know, you got this symbiotic energy just going around and around. Stage to the crowd, stage to the crowd, stage to the crowd, to the stage, to the crowd, to the stage, to the crowd. And it builds and builds and builds. And there have been a number of times where I've seen live footage, even here on the show, even on this channel, I've seen a number of times where it reaches a fever pitch. Like it starts out and it grows and it grows and it reinforces itself each time. And it just gets up to this fever pitch. I love it when that happens. And if you as a live band can get that to happen, that is the butter zone. That is exactly what you want to achieve. It's rare. It's super rare. It does not happen very often. But when you can get those moments, oh, mwah, it is amazing when it happens. Anyway, let's keep going here. Keyboard player rocking out, love to see it. I like that. Oh, there we go again. More blocking. Nice. Are we going to get some crowd interaction here? This is the third song in the set. This is really the third song in their show. Oh man, they are setting a bar. They really are. I really wish they had put this somewhere in the middle, but no, it's fine. I mean, look, it's their set list. They construct it however you want. I have such mixed feelings over this. I really do. I'm having a bit of an inner conflict. An existential crisis, if you will. Let me get my thoughts together. I need to think about this. This is... I may have to pause recording and come back. Let me get my thoughts together. I'll see you in the review, and we'll talk about it. Well, there you go, folks. That was Shoya with a live performance of Come On. This was a request from SMB, and this was actually one of SMB's 3 prioritized requests for the month of March for being a gold tier member on the Patreon page. So, there you go, SMB. Hope you enjoyed the show, man. Okay. I had to step away from my computer. I had to take a few minutes, really think about this, because I was very conflicted with how I'm going to go with this score. I'm glad I did. I took about 20 minutes, went downstairs, got something to drink, put my feet up for a little bit, and really give this some thought. And I'm glad I did, because I was able to resolve everything and come up with a score that I think Shoya fans will be pretty happy with this score. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'm going to give that an 8.5. Yep, 8.5. I feel good about that score. Let me tell you why.
Why?
Okay. First things first, an 8.5. What does that mean? Well, an 8.5 would translate to a great scale rating. So overall, I think this was a great presentation. It would also get 4 to 5 stars and an A- letter grade. So there you go, an 8.5, great skill rating, 4 to 5 stars, and an A- letter grade. Now, how did I come up with that score? Oh man, what a journey. So glad you asked. I was very conflicted on this. And the reason I'm conflicted on this is there's the songwriting, the music, the songwriting. There's the musicianship, you know, not so much what they were playing, but how they were playing it. You know, it's not so much about, you know, playing the song, but how well they were playing the song. And then there's the visual aspect. Oh, the live performance aspect. This was a 3-way dance. This was definitely a triple threat match to be sure. The music. Okay, let's start with the songwriting. Very simplistic, very, very simple, very, very easy to follow. Now, is that bad? No, it's not bad. I love how people are like, oh, it's a simple song, it must be bad. No, guys, listen. How many bands have written songs, simple songs, simpler than this song was written, and have had tremendous success with it? Lots of bands. First band that comes to mind, Kiss. Dear Lord, their songs are way simpler than this. And yet, how many gold records do they have? 28, I believe it is. I think they still hold the record for most gold records a band has ever put out. Yeah, I mean, look, there's nothing wrong with writing simple songs. And like I've always said on the channel, simple can be effective when it's done properly. Everything about this song was done properly from a songwriting standpoint. I'm not going to sit here and say it's impressive. I'm not going to sit here and say it's mind-blowing, because it's not. It's a very easy riff to follow. It flows well. It sounds good. It's pleasing to the ear. And at the end of the day, that's really all that kind of matters. Because listen, you could have a song with, you know, 1,000 key signature changes, and, you know, trying to fit 150 notes into a measure, you know, you just sound crazy with the picking and whatnot. But at the end of the day, is that going to be very pleasing to the ear? For most people, no, it's not. You know, there are other bands out there that write far more articulate, far more intricate, far more impressive, far more difficult songs than this. But they have absolutely no soul, no groove whatsoever, no life whatsoever. This song did. I mean, simplistic, yes, but it absolutely, you know, it felt good and it sounded good. So the songwriting, I would put somewhere in the low 7s. I maybe even high 6s. Now let's talk about the musicianship. Okay, the ladies know how to play their instruments. Clearly they do. The guitar player, the guitar solo sounded really nice. I like what she did on the solo, and even out of the solo, playing through the rest of the song, getting that nice guitar tone that she had, very fitting for the style of the song, very fitting for the time period. Backed up and filled out by a keyboard player who clearly knows how to play. And we're going to talk more, well, no, that's a whole nother subject. We'll get to that later. But she clearly knows how to play. It sounded, I didn't hear any flubs. I didn't hear any dirt. Everything sounded clean from her and the guitar player. Bass player, what she was playing, locked in with the drummer, filling out the bottom end. I liked what was happening there. Even did a couple of unison lines with the keyboard player and the guitar player. That was nice. Musicianship, I got no problem with it. The drumming, solid across the board. Some nice fill work, some nice tasteful fills. Really just straight ahead 2 and 4. You know, just solid work across from her. Just a straight ahead feel. Nothing wrong with that whatsoever. It sounded good. No need to switch between straight time, double time, half time. None of that. You know, no playing around with feel. It was just a straight ahead rocker all the way through. Nothing wrong with that at all. Vocally, I think lead vocalist did a nice job. I think she was one of the highlights, honestly. when it comes to her vibrato, I like it. I really like her usage, her tasteful usage of vibrato. Knowing when to use it, when not to use it. There were times where she would add the vibrato, and there were times where she would hold a note with no vibrato. And it all made sense. When she would utilize vibrato, it wasn't super wide. It wasn't one of these, It wasn't that. It was very subtle, but done properly from the diaphragm, not from the throat. I hate it when people use vibrato from the throat. It sounds thin. It doesn't sound strong. It doesn't sound supported, because it's not. It's all done here. I hate it when people do that. I like her vocals. I think she did a fine job. Backing vocals, from what I could hear, sounded good. As the song progressed, I couldn't help but notice after the guitar solo in particular, backing vocals got louder. They definitely got a little bit louder, which was nice. But at the beginning of the song, could not hear backing vocals hardly at all. Which is weird because you got 3 backing vocalists. You got the keyboardist, the bassist, and the guitar player all on mics, and you can barely hear them. Bit of a shame, but it's early in the set list. FOH, I guess, is still trying to get his act together, so whatever. So that's the musicianship. I would give the musicianship, honestly, I put the musicianship up in the 8s. I think the musicianship was, they did a great job, obviously. Low 8s. I would say low 8s there. So low 8s with, let's be generous here. Let's say low 7s for songwriting. Okay. You combine that, we should be in the low 7s somewhere, or in the mid to high 7s, like around a 7.7, 7.8, somewhere in there. So how in the world am I giving this an 8.5? Here we go. If you've been watching this channel for any amount of time, you already know what I'm going to say. So say it with me, kids.
Sing it out one time.
A live show can help your score, or it can hurt your score. In this case, it helped. It absolutely helped. From start to finish, they had all 5 checked on all 5 of the major boxes. Stage let's just start at the top. Stage presence, check. The song started and the video started and they already had it. They looked like performers. Not one of them looks like a roadie. So they look like they're on stage ready to perform, and they absolutely do. Stage energy, nonstop from start to finish. Somebody was always moving. Most of the time it was the lead vocalist, but there were also times the guitar player was moving around, bass player was moving around. Even when they were in front of their mics singing, they still had some movement and motion, whether it be the feet moving or the shoulders moving or whatever. They weren't standing there like trees doing this. They were grooving and rocking out whole time. Same thing can be said for the keyboard player. But at any given time, you look at that stage, somebody is moving. So stage energy, definitely a big check, with a lot of sharpening of the saw on that one. Stage interaction. Yep. During that guitar solo, man. I talked at length about this during the reaction. I really don't want to talk at length about it again. But opportunities. That's the big word here that I took away from that. They saw opportunities to do things on stage, and they took advantage of those opportunities. While the guitar player was doing the solo, obviously you want to give her the spotlight. Even the lead vocalist interacted with her for a little bit, but then she walked away, pointed at her and said, "Take it away, all eyes on her." Well, here's the funny thing about that. Yes, all eyes on her, spotlight on her for sure, because she's soloing. But at the same time, bass player takes advantage of the opportunity to go back and rock out with the drummer. Lead vocalist takes advantage of the opportunity to go back and rock out with the keyboard player, who was doing a fine job of that, by the way. I love it when people say keyboard players can't rock out. They have to stand there and they have to play the song, and that's all they should be focusing on is playing the song. Obviously not. Obviously she can do both. Obviously she can play her parts just fine while rocking out. Now, if your favorite keyboard player can't do that, rather than looking at all these other people and go, "Oh, that's a waste of energy and that's a waste of this," maybe you should look at your favorite keyboard player and ask yourself this question: is your keyboard player really that good? Can your favorite keyboard player keep up with her? I don't know. Can your favorite keyboard player keep up with her? I don't think so. I don't think so. I mean, there are a few that can. Obviously, we've seen them on the channel. First one that comes to mind, Oreo from Heretic Spin or Doll's Box Take a Pick. She's the first one that comes to mind, but there's so many others that come to mind. So she's able to put on a good show despite the fact that she's playing a stationary instrument. But they would take advantage of opportunities to have those stage interactions. Looked good. I love seeing that, and I saw it happen multiple times. I saw 3 separate instances during that one section. Now, granted, didn't see a whole lot of it through the rest of the song, just that one section. So can I really say that they were sharpening the saw? No, but they had an opportunity during the guitar solo, and they took full advantage of it. So it is getting a check. It's getting a big check. I can't say they were sharpening the saw. Crowd interaction happens multiple times throughout the song, either it be from the lead vocalist or from the entire band at times. Getting the crowd engaged, getting the crowd involved, clapping the hands, over the head, I can't do that right now, but you know what I'm talking about, the clapping the hand over the head thing. That's crowd interaction, plain and simple. That's engaging the crowd, getting the crowd involved, making the crowd feel like they're a part of the show. Beautiful. Excellent job. Showmanship. Yeah, there was plenty of showmanship. Gotta give a special shout out to the guitar player and bass player. Nice job with the blocking work. Coming out with the double syncopated spins. That's cute. It's cute. It's well done too. It looked good. It was done smoothly, right on time with each other. So yeah, obviously showmanship was there. But that wasn't the only thing. There was examples of showmanship through the entire show. Production, lighting. The lighting did look designed. I think the lighting was designed for the song, but that's all there was lighting. There was nothing else. So I am gonna give the production just a little bit of a check, but not a super strong one. But the lighting did look designed for the song, so. But that's okay. Look, like I've always said, production, it's bonus points. It's not really it won't hurt. If you don't have production, it's not gonna hurt your score. Unless you're a production-based band, at which point your production better be on point. No, overall, the live show, just the live show alone, I would put up, I would hate to say it, but I would put just the live show, just the visual on its own, I would put that up in the 9s, 9.1. 9.2, somewhere in there. So you got the 7.7, 7.8 somewhere in there. Mix that with the 9, and you come out 9.1, 9.2, and you come out to about an 8.5 roughly. No, I like that score. I think 8.5 is exactly where we need to be for this overall presentation. I had to think about it, and I had to really, weigh everything against each other, but at the end of the day, that's what I came up with. So that's where we're going to stay. Let's wrap everything up here with a nice shiny bow, shall we? We have an 8.5, which is a great scale rating, 4 to 5 stars, and an A- letter grade. Take your pick. I don't care. Whichever one of those floats your boat. Final word, final score, I have spoken. Well, that's going to do it for this edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. Hope you all enjoyed the show. Hope that was able to entertain you. If I was able to put a smile on your face and brighten your day, I did my job, and I'm so glad I could do it. If you guys feel like joining the fan base, go ahead and click on that button down there. If you guys want to like the video, go ahead and like the video. If you guys want to ring the bell, go ahead and ring the bell. It honestly doesn't make any difference at all to me, but if you guys feel like doing these things, well then by all means, feel free to do so. Well, that's going to do it for the night, folks. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, this is David Heretic signing off, reminding you to stay fabulous and support each other. Later. Peace.